What's up, guys? It is Chris back with another watch video, and today we are taking a look at Richard LeGrand. This is the Oceanfarer. Before I get into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. So, Richard LeGrand sent this over for review. I do not need to return it. And as I mentioned, this is the Oceanfarer in the matte black dial colorway. Comes in really nice packaging, and I was very pleasantly surprised when I first received the watch. It comes with a outer cardboard paper sleeve, then the inner cardboard box, and then inside that you're getting a really nice brown leather watch roll, a warranty card, and information on the watch, of course. The warranty card sort of looks like a Ralph Lauren gift card. I thought they included a Ralph Lauren gift card with this watch. That would have been really nice, but this is their warranty card. And then it came with this hammer and strap changing tool. The hammer is essentially, because this is the bracelet on here has pin and collar system, so you actually need a hammer to change them and actual a tool to change it, and it comes with both. So it also comes with an extra strap, so it came with an extra little tool here for changing the strap as well. First, I've actually seen that. These aren't very expensive, but this is actually a very nice hammer, and it's in two pieces. You screw it together. But very interesting that they did that. They actually thought about it, and you know, and if they're not going to offer screw links, they're offering you the tool and the ability to change your own links or size your own bracelet if you choose to. Inside this really nice, as I mentioned, really nice leather watch roll. It's just a 2-watch roll. However, pretty decent. I really like it. And then you get a traffic rubber strap that's in black. Really nice buckle on here. It's signed Richard LeGrand. We'll go through that during the full review. But a very nice addition. And then, of course, you have the watch. Now, this watch is the matte black colorway. I think I mentioned that. And it has a really nice sort of matte black dial. But it also gets a black bezel, sort of cream colored lume. It's not entirely cream, so it's sort of on the borderline of vintage looking lume, but it is not entirely. Just a really nice 40mm case. You get a 46mm lug width, and that's a true 46mm lug width because the flat link bracelet actually folds directly down. As you can see, it's a nicely... it's thin, but not incredibly thin, so it's sort of in the middle between a thick bracelet and a thin bracelet. It's really like a medium-sized bracelet. They did a really good job. It tapers down just slightly, as you can see. Not an incredibly huge taper. Very similar buckle to a lot of micro brands that that I get on the channel here. As you can see, it's just a fold over with a double deployant, and then it is signed RLG or RL, and then Richard LeGrand on the folder over clasp. Plenty of micro adjusts, as you can see there. And the links are actually nice and small, so you can get a very, very good fit on this watch. It will not be a problem. And I really like the case sides. It's been finished beautifully. The back is really nicely finished. There's not a sharp edge on the entire watch. Just a really nice execution here. Milled end links. Just the back just feels really, really nice. You can see there's just sort of a diver's helmet, 2 anchors on there, a little wave pattern. It's very smooth and silky. And as you can see, the profile for the crown side, huge crown on here, very, very big, no crown guards, looks very clean, very vintage. The sides are brushed. You do get a chamfered edge, which is polished, very crisp transitions. Dome sapphire crystal with AR coating. You get a sapphire bezel on here, and this is sort of reminiscent of the bezel on a Blancpain 50 Fathoms. I really like what they did on this bezel. It looks really, really good. Applied indices. At the primary indices, 12, 9, 3, and 6, they are numerals. Otherwise, it's just batons. Baton hands on this as well. I believe this is BGW9. I don't know if the bezel is actually loomed as well, but we'll do a loom shot at the end. As I mentioned, the crown is signed. It's signed very deeply with an RL. Very big, very grippy crown. I was very, very impressed with this watch when I first received it. It actually made a video where I listed a few of my favorite watches of 2020, and this was my favorite watch from 2020 from a micro brand in general. I have to say I was really, really impressed when I first received it. I really liked the finish, the overall look, and the aesthetic of the watch. There's just a little bit of color on that dial, just right there on the bottom of the dial that just says Oceanfarer, which is the name of this actual watch, and then it just says automatic 200 meters underneath that. It's not a very busy dial. They've done a really good job at making a very simple, straightforward, yet really good looking dive watch. They also say it's about 11.5 millimeters thick. I measured around 12 millimeters thick. I think that 11.5 is not including the dome sapphire crystal, so it's just slightly domed above the actual bezel, so it just adds about a half a millimeter. So I would say this is a 12 millimeter thick watch. And of course, I don't think I've mentioned this yet. This gets the Miyota 9039. So this is the dateless version. There is no date on here, so it gets the 9039. I love the Miyota 9039. I think it works really, really well. And obviously, it's not an incredibly thick watch. It's 12 millimeters thick. It takes advantage of the thinness of that Miyota movement. Obviously, I'm very impressed by this watch. I really like it. I think you guys would really like it as well. Let's listen to the bezel action on here. Excellent, excellent bezel action. Really reminds me of Zelos. Maybe, they're definitely targeting other brands like Zelos, I would say. The bezel action is very, very smooth. The crown action is very, very smooth as well. The crown has a nice shape to it, and I'll do close-ups of it so you could see. It's just really silky smooth when you pull it out. Just a really nice crown, just a beautiful watch. I really am very, very impressed. The implied indices are very nice on here. The screw down works. It's not grimy or gritty or anything like that. I'll be wearing it over the next few weeks, but like I said, my first impressions were really, really high, really good on this watch. Of course, I'll be wearing it over the next few weeks, and I will definitely report back to you guys and tell you what I think. But let me throw it on my wrist so you can see. Then we'll do a quick loom shot, and we'll wrap up the video. Very quickly, today I am wearing the Waterloo from Dufresne Watches. This is actually really hard to film. However, this has a white linen dial, and on the outside there is sort of like an aluminum ring. It's a really bright metal that actually is cut through, and those are the indices. It's going to be really hard for me to film it because it's such a bright dial, but just a really cool watch. They sent me two watches to review. This is the quartz watch. They also sent me the automatic version of it, but the quartz watch is super thin, looks really good, and Dufresne make some high quality watches. They are located in Texas. That's why it's called the Waterloo. Just a really awesome watch. I'm really excited about that watch as well. Here is the Richard LeGrand on my wrist. I do not have this sized for my wrist, but I have a 7.5 inch wrist, and you can see 40 millimeters. This wears really, really nicely on my 7.5 inch wrist. I really love the bezel on this. I really think it gives you those, like I said, that vintage Blancpain 50 Fathoms vibe. That flat link looks excellent on here. Fits really nice. It's just a very comfortable watch. I'm very excited to wear this watch. And like I said, this made my list for the top 20 or top 15 or whatever I did for 2020. And the reason why was, one, price. This came out to around $389, I think. Like I said, they sent me this for review. I do not need to return it. I didn't have to pay for it, but I believe it comes in at $389, and it has that Miyota 9039, the flat link bracelet. Yes, it does not have screwed links. However, I could definitely look past it for this watch. I really like that flat link look. The bracelet's really nice on this. I am really enjoying the look of this watch. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Really quickly, I'm going to do a lume shot, then we'll wrap up the video. $389. I think this is a really good price for a pretty damn good looking watch. Well, there you have it. The lume is actually pretty good on here. It doesn't blow away things like a Zelos. It is good though. The bezel is a little bit lighter than the dial itself, but it looks really it looks pretty good. And probably on the indices, I would say, is probably where there's the most lume, and then the hands, and then there's a pretty decent amount of lume in that bezel, but not an incredible amount. It looks really good, very functional, and just in general, like I said, $389 when you're considering what is out there. Zelos have moved up their prices. So recently I just reviewed the black tip. I believe that was $425 on the pre-order. It went up just recently, so it's around $500. Literally the same specs as this watch. Some of them even have a sapphire bezel like this watch. You get screwed links on those, but you're getting a 9039 or a 9015, depending on which one you're looking at. Very similarly spec'd watches, besides the fact that you're getting screwed links on here. And there was still a little bit of sharp edges on that Zelos. They seem to cannot get away from that. But again, that's literally, you're getting in the area of almost $500 more than this. So if you wanted to buy that black tip right now, which is a 41mm dive watch, that would be actually almost $100 more than this. So that's kind of a lot of money, I would say, especially when you're considering that these watches only cost $400 or $500, so $100 is a big chunk of the actual cost of this watch. Again, I'm a big fan of Zelos. I really like what they do, but there's a lot of competition out there, and this is a really good looking watch with very similar specs for less money. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I really want to hear from you guys. I'm always interested in hearing what you guys think of these watches. I think this is a very good looking watch. I think I've said that a few times, and I'm very impressed with it. Some people go back and forth about the name of the watch, Richard LeGrand. I don't mind it. The RLG, I actually like that. RL, it reminds me of Ralph Lauren. I think that's intentional almost. I like the RLG. Richard LeGrand is kind of quirky, but it doesn't bother me at all. And I think it's a lot better than some of the other names that I've come across. A lot better. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Like I said, please also don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Anyway, thank you for logging on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.